I don't know. I determined that everything is real, and it's up to you to determine how to feel about it, right? It's in your control to decide how you feel about everything that's in front of us, because the argument that Minecraft isn't real, okay, right?
I knew I could count on you to do the...
It's pixels on a screen, you can't touch it. And I said, that argument is way too simple, right? What the hell? What are you doing? Was that real? Was that just happened? Was that real? Hold on, I have to make a, I think I go left here. All right, I guess you go ahead. So Minecraft is pixels on a screen, which you can't touch. Like, so I said this, I said, bro, the argument is so, this whole conversation was so like, I maybe just retarded that I don't even know how to explain it to you, but I want to explain. I don't even remember how it started. I don't even remember how this conversation started, but I basically said, is love real? She's like, your feelings are real. Oh my God, how did that point come up? I forget, but I remember I said, if a guy is in love with a Minecraft sheep, is that love real? If a guy is in love with a Minecraft sheep, is that as real as his love for his mother? You know, what if he loves his mom, but he also loves his Minecraft sheep? Obviously that's like different love. But let's put it this way, I brought this up. What if your boyfriend is a gooner like me? What if your boyfriend is in love with an OnlyFans girl, bro? Okay, right. But she's just posting pictures, and then her manager is texting him to make him feel like he's in love with this image. It's like an avatar. You're in love with this thing online. You know, and this whole argument is so real because, oh wait, is my argument real? I don't know. But this whole argument is so relevant, let's put it that way. Relevant is a easier word to dissect. This argument is relevant to society now, because society is a bunch of online gooners like me who are falling in love with like AI girlfriends, right? Is an AI girlfriend real? That's where it gets so confusing, because I have to say, to make everything so simple across the board, I have to say yes. I have to say yes, that's like everything is real. Because if I say that the AI girlfriend isn't real, then you can't pick and choose what reality actually is. I think I'm going this way. You can't say, okay, that's real, but that's not real. Oh, dude, I actually I have a sore throat, and that's real. I have a sore throat and something or other. I don't know what's going on, but I don't feel 100%. But I'm still filming this video for you guys. But you got to stay with me. You got to stay with me. Oh, Hawk 2 on that thing. Okay, the feeling is real. Okay, if the guy he has a girlfriend, but he's in love with the Minecraft sheep. I said, what if you cut a hole in the computer screen and started, you know, fricking the screen? What if you did that? What if you put the sheep right there, cut a little hole in it, and does that count as like sex? Is that real? Is that love real? I guess you have to define, like, you have to define the word real. Because if I limit reality to things I can touch, then the Pacific Ocean isn't real. Because I don't think I've ever touched it in my life. But I'm pretty sure that the Pacific Ocean is real. And then, you know, that's a very simple argument. The other argument is like, you know, is love real? Well, I can't touch love. I can feel it. Okay, feelings are real. This is the argument we had. Like, feelings are real. But that's where, okay, so all of our, you know, reality exists like this. And then how I feel about it is up to me. Is entirely up to me. I have no control, you know, like the Stoics said. I have no control over anything else except how I react to it. I can't even control how someone else will react to the same thing. I can't control how someone's gonna react to me. It's all out of my control. So like reality is out of my control. The only thing I can do is make the most of it. I mean, you know, I can also make my reality something that I want. Should I go around this guy or should I just wait? I don't know if it's gonna be worth it. I don't know if there's any room to go around. So like, god damn, is Minecraft real, bro? Is the Minecraft sheep real? It's like a hallucination, bro. Like when you're gooning and you're watching adult videos, it looks real, like it's pixels on a screen, but yeah, your mind doesn't really know though. Your mind can't tell the difference. Like you can't, because like it's these pixels on your screen, but it's as if like it's the same thing as everything in front of me. Like, is this more real because I can touch it? The visuals are the same. Am I going exit 21 again? Like, what I'm seeing could be a hyper-realistic simulation, obviously. So this is where, you know, basically everything that I'm saying is like goes to simulation theory. And, you know, that's Elon Musk and Neil deGrasse Tyson, all that shit, bro. Everything that I say, you could watch it in another YouTube video by some Neil deGrasse Assy, you know, he talks about it. So, and then, you know, as Elon Musk said, I always remember this quote, and I don't know why it's stuck in my head, but he said something along the lines of, we do live in a simulation because of the, you know how close video games are to reality. Like when you play FIFA, dude, I remember, I think, I don't know if my grandma ever saw me playing FIFA, but if she saw a game of FIFA on the screen, she'd be like, oh, who's playing? Who's winning the game? She doesn't know that it's, wait, I'm supposed to go left? Oh, I just made it right. That's kind of funny. What am I doing? I'm not following the directions, am I? But I'm on the right road though. I'm gonna go in here. This is a hospital? Yeah. Lit. We lit. Alright. What am I doing right now? I'm just gonna make a U-turn. Sorry guys, I'm getting so like distracted by this whole conversation. But yeah, the point is, everything is so real or realistic. Why is everyone driving like a retard like me? Everything is so realistic that you can't determine. So like, okay, the point is, any rate of improvement in the video games will lead it to be indistinguishable from reality. So if FIFA, right, for example, keeps getting better year over year, and the graphics keep getting better, like, you know, slightly, eventually it will mirror reality. And then how are you gonna know? You know, it's like the metaverse and all that, if that's actually gonna happen. I will say, when I was in Texas, I saw a data center they were building. I don't know if I talked about that, but bro, it was a data center for Meta, and there were cooling towers. Bro, there were cooling towers the size of like that, bro. It was unbelievable how big. I don't even know how to describe it to you. I don't even, like, I can see it in my head, and I don't even know how to tell you guys, but I think I already talked about it. Anyway, there's, oh my gosh, I could talk about this. Maybe I'll have to make a second video about this, because how do I tell you that, you know, the Minecraft sheep, if you're in love with a Minecraft sheep, I can't say for sure that that love isn't real. Am I going yeah, I guess we're gonna go this way. Wow, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Did I forget something?
I really should know my way around better, but I just don't. All right, let me make a left up here.
We see the drink.
You look
Make a
kind of...
left-ski. Make a left-ski. Make a left-ski. Is this real? Is this car in front of me real? I mean, I could rear end it to find out.
What a day. Hey, may I help you? Are you lost?
All right.
Oh, we see these
On we go.
I'm so stressed.
I am sorry, not today, please.
I understand the argument that Minecraft isn't real, because it's no, I don't get it actually. Because how are pixels on a screen not real? It's there. Like, the computer is real. Bro, I thought that homeless guy was the Amazon driver. Skirt. All right. Oh, that was bad. Well, I had no choice. Guys, I'm not locked in. Oh, now I know where we are. Okay. But I don't know exactly how to get there. Anyway, I'm going thrifting today. Is thrifting real? Heh, don't know. Is thrifting real shopping? No. Shopping, it only counts as shopping if you spend more than $1,000. I think that you can kind of not choose what's real, but you can choose how to react, as I said, as the Stoic said. You can decide how to react. You can't decide if something's real or not. If my reality is I go home and I just, you know, I talk to my AI girlfriend or I talk to my OnlyFans girlfriend and I feel loved, like, that's the problem. That's why this stuff's not gonna go away. Like, people say that it's an issue, that all this online gooning, gaming, online, but it's real. It exists. Like, this map that I'm following, like this phone, I can touch it. It's so hard to explain, actually. Like, you're telling me that Minecraft isn't real because you can't touch the sheep. Well, yeah, I can reach out and just touch the screen. Like, the screen is real. Oh, brother. This guy stinks. Dude, this video will go down as one of the not real ones. This video will go down as a fake. This video is fake. I'll just make the title of this video like this video is not real. This video is not real. Oh, okay, now I've been here. Yeah, we've been to this place before. I know where we're at now. Actually, I could park in here, I think. Can I park in here?
Yeah. That looks nice.
See?
Yes.
What is he?
Yes.
Please, excuse me.
Yes, sir,
I'm
ski.
so stressed.
It's a gorgeous day today. You know, is this weather real?
May I just squeeze?
Yep.
Hola.
It is. Everything is
Nice
real.
weather.
Okay.
That's my point.
What did he mean?
Everything in our reality
Oh,
So good to busy.
that you can
Please, excuse me.
perceive
Let me be.
is real. It just is, bro. What are we doing here? All right. Oh, there's nowhere to park, bro. What's going on? Is today National Goodwill Day?
You look kind of see? May I
Holy
help you?
shit.
Hola. Did I forget something? Busy.
Okay, looks like we're taking that guy's spot.
what a
Please, see? You
I don't know if he knows how to back out, though.
Hola. So good to
All
see
right,
you.
dude.
So
What is
stressed.
going on?
Busy.
That dude, he just backed into
Let
that
me
guy's
be.
car. What the hell? Dude, what the actual fuck? Now I don't want to park there because that's... Oh my... What are you doing, bro? This can't be real. Actually, no, I take it all back. This shit's not real. All right, I'm parking here. Even though I really don't want to after seeing that guy. He just backed into that guy's car. All right, guys. This video was not real. See ya! If you want something to get done, give it to someone who is busy. Bro, I've been more productive in the last 3 months than I was in the last year. And in the last 3 months, I've been the busiest I've been. I've had the least amount of time. I've talked about this so much. And I want to keep talking about it because I want to keep... Oh shoot, there's a sign on the road, bro. I want to convince myself that this is the way, bro. And I'm gonna stay busy, bro. I won't be able to film for a few days, Wednesday through Friday, because I'm going away on a plane. Ooh, top secret. So sick though, bro. Like, I don't even know how or why. Like, bro, I'm going on this trip on my favorite rocket ship, and I told the guys I was working with today, I was like, yeah, I got invited to go on a trip, and they're like, what? Oh, I've never even been invited to go on that. What the heck? And I'm like, bro, I don't know. Maybe I'm just lucky, right? I'm just lucky. Bro, I'm creating this shit. I don't even know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. What am I doing with my, bro? I'm hanging out with these guys, all these sales guys, and they're coming from different brands, and we're meeting up, and I just spent like I just went on a group date with these guys, and it was great. Like, this is what sales is all about. This is part of the job. And we're just chilling. Like, sometimes it gets a little bit, I actually don't know where I'm going right now. Not gonna lie. Sometimes it gets a little bit, like, boring. Cause, you know, you're just like, they're not like your friends, really. Okay, am I making a right ski? Yes. Here we are on the hood, though. But yeah, they're not really like your friends. You're just hanging out, and it's just business, and you're just chit-chat. But bro, it's like, it's just life. Because I realized that the US dollar and stuff, like, kind of means nothing. Like, for example, you can go to a hospital and you can get like a life-saving surgery and then just kind of not pay for it. But through whatever insurance and government and this and that, the doctors still get paid. Like, everyone still gets paid. How does all this, how is everything still operating when, okay, let's let this guy go. How does everything operate when, like, nothing's real? You know what I mean? Like, oh, we just trust that you're gonna pay us at some point. Like, at some point in the future. Like, this guy owes me money. Like, I'll pay you back at some point in the future when this guy pays me back at some point in the future, right? And like, everyone's saying that to everyone. That's what a credit card is. Just pay the minimum, bro. I'll pay you back someday. But then you just die, and then it's just, where does it go? How does anything get made, bro? Anyway, I'm thinking too deep now. You just got to think on the level that you can actually operate at, which is, for me, I don't know, round peg in the square hole, basically. Duh. But I'm just staying in motion. I'm the object in motion that's staying in motion. Okay, now I know where I'm going. Now I know, Zaddy. Yeah, today was like, bro, I don't know if you can't see my fit probably, but I'm dressed up. I got the fit on, and this is what I'm gonna be wearing. And dude, there's something to be said for wearing a suit. Like, let's talk about that. Even just this small thing, wearing a suit. I mean, I'm not wearing a suit. I'm wearing a, you know, got my khaki pants, I got my shirt on, and I got my dress shirt and a tie, right? But even something as simple as that makes you feel, bro, it makes me feel more important than I am. I said that to someone and they started laughing. I said I feel more important than I am. They were like, they thought that was funny. But it's true, because it's like, and then they were like, no, you're important. I was like, come on, bro. I mean, maybe in some world I am. Maybe my existence is important. I don't know. But if you feel good about yourself, that's how the world sees you. Whatever you feel about yourself is how the world sees you. A man is what he thinks of himself. And I guess I feel like I always needed someone else to think highly of me in order for me to think highly of myself. And sometimes I'm like, I'm so afraid of being wrong, right? I'm so afraid of being like, oh my God, what if this person's criticism is right? I'm gonna do a loop-de-loop here. I guess I'm gonna go in this lane. Like, what if this person is criticizing me and they're correct? that's scary. That's a scary thing. I don't even know why it's scary. But what I think I truly understand how I am what I think about myself, and then what everyone else thinks about me is up to them. Every individual is going to make their own individual decision about you. And if someone doesn't like you, and if someone says they don't like you, if someone says, I don't know, name a thing that's mean. Name a thing that's mean and I'm gonna cry, bro. Name a thing that's mean, like say it, bro. I don't understand. Who cares? It's this fear. So like, I talked about this with my aunt actually. We have these fears, and same thing with procrastination. We have these fears that are driven from like a place in our brain that is reacting to danger. Everything in our life is about danger, and it's about survival, right? But our lives now are no longer about survival, bro. We don't have to worry about surviving. So I said, and this is probably, people say this, I think I've heard this before. Our brains are wired. We're not meant to live in this world. Our brains are not designed to live in this world. Our brains are still designed to be fighting off like woolly mammoths and tigers and stuff. And the funny thing is that I don't think there's any woolly mammoths left. They might be able to regenerate them in a lab, but there's still like tribes out there that live like that. They just live like freaking cannibals, bro. There's cannibals. I mean, Sentinel Island, there's cannibals out there, I think. I'm not trying to go find out, but they exist. It's kind of sketchy out here. I don't know where I'm going. So yeah, I am what I think about myself. So, and then it feels like, you know, I don't want to be, it's like I don't want to be wrong, right? I don't want to be like alienating myself just for the sake of being an individual, right? Do you get what I mean by that? Because I feel like that sentence alone is that's.
Do any of these offers look good to you?
Because you don't want to be alone. Like you don't want to push people away and reject all of their opinions simply because you are what you think of yourself. Like you need other people. I've talked about this too. You need these other people. But there's like certain things that you don't, if that makes sense. There's certain things that like in your life that you need to only care about your opinion. And then there's certain things that you need to have other people's opinions. It's like you can't go too far one way or too far the other. And I hope I'm not too far either way. Maybe I go both ways. Hey, you're gay. I'm gonna do a long loop-de-loop here. Loop-de-loop. Dude, the roads here are so good. I'm gonna let this guy go. Because I'm a G like that, you know? I gotta let the truck guy, what do you do? Like, you're driving a little straight truck at like midnight, bro. Where are you going? I don't know what he's doing. But yeah, I don't want to isolate myself. Just to feel like, oh yeah, I believe in myself. You can believe in yourself all you want. You can't make it without other people. And me, what I'm doing now is, I don't even know what I'm doing, bro, but I'm always doing something, I think is what's going on. I'm always doing something. Time is just so fleeting that every moment I'm in, I'm thinking about the fact that it's gonna end, bro. Isn't that, it's just weird. Okay, I'm gonna go up here. Let's go, baby. Oh my, it's a very steep hill. Keep it in first gear. I've driven up a hill like this in the winter and I almost didn't make it. Which makes me think that I've also thought about selling this car. I've had really bad thoughts, guys. Today I drove all the way from home to work. I was a little bit late too because the guy emailed my wrong oh dude, what the, this guy can't, why didn't you just make a left back there, you goober? Anyway, the guy had the wrong email, so I never got the itinerary, but here I am at the end of a long day. I didn't hit the gym. I just spent like Bro, should I add that to my hours, bro? I think I should. I worked from 9 to 9. I mean, the second half of the day wasn't really work. It was just like, you know, sales chit-chat, but I'd rather have been home gooning. Let's be real. I'm on my way home to goon right now, actually. And then, yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to film Wednesday through Friday, but maybe I'll bring my camera and, we'll see. We'll see what I can film. It's gonna be, interesting stuff. Interesting stuff, guys. I can't really tell you what I'm doing, but it's gonna be fun. Another step, another chapter in the book that I have no control over writing. Like, dude, the lady I was with this morning, she started asking me a lot of questions. I was like, wow, I really appreciate you asking me all these questions, because usually people don't ask as many questions. Usually, you know, I'm the one asking. Bro, that beep is just so freaking annoying. Freaking, because it comes on at 37 degrees, but it could be, that same beep would go off if the engine was exploding. So, yeah, this lady was asking me all these questions, and she was genuinely curious, like, about me, I guess. I don't know why, but she was just, you know, genuinely curious. So, we ended up talking about some philosophical stuff. I told her about stand-up, and she was, you know, impressed with that. Everyone usually is, for whatever reason. And I told her, like, the secret to stand-up is, like, realizing that, you know, basically, like, the main lesson of stand-up is that nothing's personal. So, I think I'm still learning and doing a lot. And I'm curious, like, what is the next thing that there is for me to learn? Because I think that I always say I know nothing, and I know that for a fact, but I also think that I know a lot of these, like, little cliches in my head that I truly believe now because I've lived it. So, like, I know that. And I'm wondering, what is the next thing that I'm gonna learn? Like, what is the next thing that I'm gonna go through to learn? What is the next good or bad thing that I'm gonna go through, like, to learn something about life? Because I think sometimes it feels like my life's been on, like, fast forward, even though I don't have any success, really. At least, not to me, you know, in my opinion. In my subjective view of success. You know, the sales guys, you can make a good living from that, but, you know, how much money do you want? How much freedom do you want? I want all the money, I want all the freedom. And it's not gonna happen if you sit around gooning, bro, I can tell you that. That's what life is what you do every day. It's not gonna happen to you unless you make it happen. I hope I keep riding this wave. I'm on this wave, baby. I'm on this wave of realizing that every single day goes by so fast. We're like, what is this? I'm sometimes worried if I'm making the most of it. If I'm making the most of my youth, bro, I'm gonna get old and gray. And I already got wrinkles in my eyes because of all the sun damage I have on my face, bro. And it's like, damn, you're gonna die soon, bro. Make the most of it. Literally make the most of it. That's all you can do. See ya.
In today's video, I'm going to show you how to solder wire like a pro using some of the best tricks so that you'll get a perfect connection every time.
That man is short, and I bet his ego is 3 times the size of him.
Do you really think that tall men who spend their whole lives looking down on everyone aren't the ones with the biggest egos?
I hate when short men are referred to as short kings. Remove the phrase king. Remove that whole word from the whole sentence.
If short guys show confidence, it's short man syndrome. If we struggle, it's our fault for not being confident enough. So which is it? You don't want us to be kings, and you don't want us to voice our grievances either. Just admit it. You just want short men to disappear.
That man is short, and I bet his ego is 3 times the size.
This comment perfectly shows why heightism is the last acceptable prejudice. And what makes it ironic is that it's coming from the same type of person who cares a lot about social justice and equity. If someone said, "I don't judge people by race, so racism isn't real," everyone would instantly pounce on them. Because everyone understands that your personal behavior doesn't define reality. Most bias isn't even conscious. It's automatic. Humans naturally take taller people more seriously and see shorter people as less threatening, less dominant, less important. It shows up everywhere. Who gets respected, promoted, listened to, and even taken advantage of. So no, your personal conduct doesn't disprove heightism. It just proves how invisible it is to the people who don't experience it. This comment perfectly shows why heightism is the last acceptable prejudice. And what makes it ironic is that it's coming from the same type of person who cares a lot about social justice and equity. If someone said, "I don't judge people by race, so racism isn't real," everyone would instantly pounce on them. Because everyone understands that your personal behavior doesn't define reality. Most bias isn't even conscious. It's automatic. Humans naturally take taller people more seriously and see shorter people as less threatening, less dominant, less important. It shows up everywhere. Who gets respected, promoted, listened to, and even taken advantage of. So no, your personal conduct doesn't disprove heightism. It just proves how invisible it is to the people who don't experience it. This comment perfectly shows why heightism is the last acceptable prejudice. And what makes it ironic is that it's coming from the same type of person who cares a lot about social justice and equity. If someone said, "I don't judge people by race, so racism isn't real," everyone would instantly pounce on them. Because everyone understands that your personal behavior doesn't define reality. Most bias isn't even conscious. It's automatic. Humans naturally take taller people more seriously and see shorter people as less threatening, less dominant, less important. It shows up everywhere. Who gets respected, promoted, listened to, and even taken advantage of. So no, your personal conduct doesn't disprove heightism. It just proves how invisible it is to the people who don't experience it. This comment perfectly shows why heightism is the last acceptable prejudice. And what makes it ironic is that it's coming from the same type of person who cares a lot about social justice and equity. If someone said, "I don't judge people by race, so racism isn't real," everyone would instantly pounce on them. Because everyone understands that your personal behavior doesn't define reality. Most bias isn't even conscious. It's automatic. Humans naturally take taller people more seriously and see shorter people as less threatening, less dominant, less important.
Presidente.
It shows up everywhere. Who gets respected, promoted, listened to, and even taken advantage of. So no, your personal conduct doesn't disprove heightism. It just proves how invisible it is to the people who don't experience it. This comment perfectly shows why heightism is the last acceptable prejudice. And what makes it ironic is that it's coming from the same type of person who cares a lot about social justice and equity. If someone said, "I don't judge people by race, so racism isn't real," everyone would instantly pounce on them. Because everyone understands that your personal behavior doesn't define reality. Most bias isn't even conscious. It's automatic. Humans naturally take taller people more seriously and see shorter people as less threatening, less dominant, less important. It shows up everywhere. Who gets respected, promoted, listened to, and even taken advantage of. So no, your personal conduct doesn't disprove heightism. It just proves how invisible it is to the people who don't experience it. This comment perfectly shows why heightism is the last acceptable prejudice. And what makes it ironic is that it's coming from the same type of person who cares a lot about social justice and equity. If someone said, "I don't judge people by race, so racism isn't real," everyone would instantly pounce on them. Because everyone understands that your personal behavior doesn't define reality. Most bias isn't even conscious. It's automatic. Humans naturally take taller people more seriously and see shorter people as less threatening, less dominant, less important. It shows up everywhere. Who gets respected, promoted, listened to, and even taken advantage of. So no, your personal conduct doesn't disprove heightism. It just proves how invisible it is to the people who don't experience it. This comment perfectly shows why heightism is the last acceptable prejudice. And what makes it ironic is that it's coming from the same type of person who cares a lot about social justice and equity. If someone said, "I don't judge people by race, so racism isn't real," everyone would instantly pounce on them. Because everyone understands that your personal behavior doesn't define reality. Most bias isn't even conscious. It's automatic. Humans naturally take taller people more seriously and see shorter people as less threatening, less dominant, less important. It shows up everywhere. Who gets respected, promoted, listened to, and even taken advantage of. So no, your personal conduct doesn't disprove heightism. It just proves how invisible it is to the people who don't experience it. This comment perfectly shows why heightism is the last acceptable prejudice. And what makes it ironic is that it's coming from the same type of person who cares a lot about social justice and equity. If someone said, "I don't judge people by race, so racism isn't real," everyone would instantly pounce on them. Because everyone understands that your personal behavior doesn't define reality. Most bias isn't even conscious. It's automatic. Humans naturally take taller people more seriously and see shorter people as less threatening, less dominant, less important. It shows up everywhere. Who gets respected, promoted, listened to, and even taken advantage of. So no, your personal conduct doesn't disprove heightism. It just proves how invisible it is to the people who don't experience it. This comment perfectly shows why heightism is the last acceptable prejudice. And what makes it ironic is that it's coming from the same type of person who cares a lot about social justice and equity. If someone said, "I don't judge people by race, so racism isn't real," everyone would instantly pounce on them. Because everyone understands that your personal behavior doesn't define reality. Most bias isn't even conscious. It's automatic. Humans naturally take taller people more seriously and see shorter people as less threatening, less dominant, less important. It shows up everywhere. Who gets respected, promoted, listened to, and even taken advantage of. So no, your personal conduct doesn't disprove heightism. It just proves how invisible it is to the people who don't experience it. This comment perfectly shows why heightism is the last acceptable prejudice. And what makes it ironic is that it's coming from the same type of person who cares a lot about social justice and equity. If someone said, "I don't judge people by race, so racism isn't real," everyone would instantly pounce on them. Because everyone understands that your personal behavior doesn't define reality. Most bias isn't even conscious. It's automatic. Humans naturally take taller people more seriously and see shorter people as less threatening, less dominant, less important. It shows up everywhere. Who gets respected, promoted, listened to, and even taken advantage of. So no, your personal conduct doesn't disprove heightism. It just proves how invisible it is to the people who don't experience it. This comment perfectly shows why heightism is the last acceptable prejudice. And what makes it ironic is that it's coming from the same type of person who cares a lot about social justice and equity. If someone said, "I don't judge people by race, so racism isn't real,"